Hi, my name is Faizal and I'm the Solutions Consultant from NextGen Asia based in Singapore. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a 3-phase prevention policy based on the CrowdStrike recommended prevention settings. On the Focus console, go to the main menu on the top left corner. Under Endpoint Security, click on the prevention policies. Once you on the prevention policy page, click on the Create New Policy button. Here you can choose the platform, Windows, Mac OS or Linux. But for my case here, I will be choosing Windows platform. Type in any name you want for this policy and just click on the Create Policy button. Here you can see all the policy details, for example the name of this policy, the description, the platform, the status and the precedence of this policy. To enable this policy, simply click on the Enable button and this will change the policy from Disable to Enable. Below you can see all the different and various prevention policy settings. For example, Notify End User. You can disable or enable these settings to show a pop-up notification to the end user when the packet sensor blocks, kills or quarantines a process or a file. Similarly, you can disable or enable this sensor temporary protection, which blocks attempts to tamper with the sensor. Below there are various types and within each type there are multiple categories. For example, under this type sensor visibility, there is this category called Enhanced Visibility, and within this Enhanced Visibility category there are multiple more settings that you can choose from. And under the Hardware Enhanced Visibility category, you can enable or disable this memory scanning. This memory scanning increases visibility into potential executable-less attacks, also known as fileless attacks, and any other traditional file-based attacks on your Windows host. This settings allows the sensor to perform memory scans that search for malicious artifacts in memory. Scans are triggered off of certain observed behaviors and patterns. You can also scan with CPU, which extend the capabilities provided by memory scanning to hosts that don't have integrated GPUs. Enable both settings to allow the sensor to perform memory scans that search for malicious artifacts in memory across even more of your Windows hosts and all Intel processors. Under the firmware category, you can enable or disable this BIOS deep visibility. These settings enables the focus sensor to analyze the BIOS for compromised images and BIOS-related vulnerabilities. The next type will be NextGen antivirus type, and the first category will be cloud machine learning. This cloud-based machine learning settings covers file attribute analysis and file analysis. File attribute analysis aims to stop known malware that meets a specific certainty threshold. Instead of storing millions and millions of known malware hashes on the client, CrowdStrike Cloud Antivirus features provides real-time blocking against high-confidence known malware based on a combination of antivirus detection and file properties that are analyzed by the CrowdStrike Cloud using machine learning. This protects against known malware without putting a significant burden on the client, and each process is queried in real time against CrowdStrike Cloud Antivirus service and is prevented from executing if it matches high confidence known malware. You can see here there are two types, cloud anti-malware and adware and POP. You can set the different levels for the detection and prevention based on your preference. Similarly, for the sensor machine learning, this provides machine learning based on sensor antivirus protection for malicious files, including offline and offline protection. Meaning to say, if the endpoint is not connected to the internet, these settings will protect the endpoint based on the level settings. Next will be the on-demand scans machine learning. On-demand scanning, this is a new feature and is only available for sensor version 6.48 and above. Users can basically right click on a file and do a manual scanning for that particular file. Currently, this feature only supports scanning of .exe and .dll files. Again, you can set the levels based on your preference. For on-write category, you can enable the detect and quarantine on-write to quarantine suspicious files when they return to disk. And when you enable this quarantine, it will quarantine executable files after they are prevented by the antivirus. The execution blocking prevention category contains custom blocking, suspicious processes, suspicious PowerShell scripts and commands, and other of these settings, which complement machine learning preventions. The exploit mitigation stops attempts to exploit vulnerabilities and prevent hosts from being compromised. Ransomware category is self-explanatory, and you can enable or disable each of these settings based on your preference. Next category will be the exploitation behavior. Exploitation behavior prevention (IOA) involve blocking activities that occur immediately after the initial exploitation of an application. Next will be the lateral movement and credential access. This category covers the prevention of activity that is used to escalate logon privilege, such as the usage of Windows logon bypass to open a command prompt. And lastly is the remediation category, which perform advanced remediation for IOA detections. If you do not know what are the settings to disable or enable for this policy, you can simply click on this recommended Windows settings link, and it will bring you to the documentation where it will show you all the recommended settings for phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Once the page has been loaded, scroll all the way down, click on Windows 3 phase settings. This will show you what are the recommended settings for phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, and you can simply follow the settings over here. Same goes for Mac OS and the Linux OS settings for phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Once you have complete all the settings, you can just simply click on the save button and press confirm. That concludes on this video on how to create the phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 policies. Thank you for watching.